Hello and welcome to my first Councillor Round Up video. Just a short video of the things that I've been doing since I got re-elected in May. Today I want to talk about my motion coming to Mid-Ulster Council on Thursday. I want to talk about meetings I've had with road service, a few issues that have come up on the council, as well as a few events coming up around the town over the next couple of weeks. So the first thing I want to chat about is my motion that's going to Mid-Ulster Council this Thursday night that calls on both the Irish and the UK governments to establish something called an animal abuse register. Now, what that means is that if anybody is convicted of abusing an animal in either the UK or in Ireland, their name will be entered onto a database, and that database will then be shared with animals rights groups and animal sheltering homes. Right now, as it stands, anybody who is banned from owning an animal in, say, the UK or Ireland can simply cross the border, go to a shelter there, pick up an animal and take it across the border again. That can't happen. We need to make sure that our pets are safe. We need to make sure that our animals are safe, and we need to make sure that those who want to own a pet or an animal have a background check done on them so they know that they are suitable to own an animal. Over the last couple of weeks, we have had an animal that was hacked to death by a hammer. We've had an animal in Belfast that had acid thrown into his face, had to be put down. Over in England, we had a huntsman take foxes and feed them to his hounds so they get used to the taste of blood. And right here in Coal Island, we had a family pet dog stolen from the home and thrown into the canal with a chain and a centre block tied around it. These are the things that we need to stop. We do need to make sure that our animals and pets are safe, and an animal abuse register is the way to do that. I'm calling on all parties in Mid-Ulster Council to support this motion, and if it is successful on Thursday night, we are going to put this motion to every council across the north. We need this motion heard in the Dáil, we need to hear it in Westminster, and most importantly, we need to hear it in Stormont. So, over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been meeting with road service on a wide range of issues in Coal Island, Arbo and Clonoe. One of the success stories so far is the extension of the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit in Gorgonus. Now, that's been on the cards for 2 years, but they'll finally put the signage up, and residents have already told me that the road has seen a big decrease in the speed. It's made the canal corner a lot safer for pedestrians and for cyclists and people with young children who use the road daily, so that was great. And of course, one of the other big issues is the Moor Road. Now, over a year and a half ago, myself along with residents from that area met with road service, and road service agreed to lower the speed limit to 30 mile an hour. That hasn't happened yet. It's still a 40 mile an hour, and they've told me that's because of budget cuts and because of staff shortages. I told them that is unacceptable. Somebody's going to die on that road unless that speed limit is reduced, and I've told them to get that done ASAP, and they have agreed that over the next couple of weeks they will get that done. I have also requested traffic lights at Tessie's Corner and a crossing as well. I have requested that a few times over the last couple of years, and they've always come back to say that they didn't have the footfall for the crossing and the traffic wasn't backed up enough for the traffic lights. But look, you go there in the morning, you go there in the evening, you will see tailbacks as far as the eye can see. Something needs to be done, and hopefully over the next couple of weeks we'll have a more successful result with road service. Also in the council this week, we had a meeting regarding the general power competence. Now, if you don't know what that is, the general power competence is where the council comes in, picks a project that can't be covered by a stationary body like the road service or the health service, and they pay for that project to take place. The only example in Mid-Ulster Council of that happening is Current Terrace in Dungannon, where the road was such a bad state, road service wouldn't do anything about it, so the council took charge, paid for that road to be resurfaced, and the residents fought for years in order for that to get done. That's the only example in Mid-Ulster Council because of the current policy, which doesn't allow us to use that power anywhere else. Over the last couple of weeks, we've had discussions, and we will have more meetings in the weeks to follow, of widening that power out. Last year, I applied for that power to be used in Newtown Kelly to help the backyards, which are in basically a state of ruin, and I was turned down because it didn't fit the policy. However, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be fighting hard to make sure that policy does apply to those residents up in Newtown Kelly, and not just for Coal Island, but this policy will go out to help many people right across Mid-Ulster. It will help develop footpaths, make roads better, a whole range of issues, and the SDLP will be fighting hard to make sure that happens. So finally, I just want to mention very quickly a few events coming up in the town this week. On Saturday morning, we have the Walk for Healy. Now, this is a fantastic cause, and I want to encourage as many of you as possible to come out and participate in that walk. It's just up the canal. Hopefully, they'll have a great day for it, but it is going to be a big event, and please support it. We also have the annual Newell Stores 5K and 10K run, which is always a massive event. That's happening on Saturday evening. And of course, based around that event is the big Summer Bash by Mid-Ulster Council. We're going to have music, we're going to have face painting, we're going to have different types of events running throughout the day from 6 o'clock onwards. Bring your children down. It's going to be a great family event, and if you can, please come down and support us. And finally, another big event that's happening this weekend on the 20th and the 29th is, of course, Crack's 25th anniversary show. Promises to be something quite special. And if you haven't got your tickets yet, go online, get them now, because the show is going to sell out. And as I said, it is promising to be something special.